Today we're outside, we're out in front of Conoy Hall, the home of the School of Construction Management Technology, here with Scott Santon. We're going to get into our surveying segment. Today we're going to talk about one of the most basic surveying methods you could use, and that's pacing. So can you explain a little bit about what pacing is?
Okay, so we all have a typical gait in which we walk. And gait, I mean, is how much distance we cover with a step, and what we're going to call a pace.
Okay.
We can actually determine distances by just walking them if we know one crucial piece of information, and that's how long is our step.
Sure.
If we can ascertain how long our step is, then we can put that to use for us. So if we want to cover, down one side of a construction site, and I'm out just seeing where my easements are, let's say, I could easily jump out of the truck and start pacing off to see distance.
Yeah, and we're looking for an approximate measurement.
So what are some of the instances that you've used pacing for in your business?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll use it for those real basic calculations. We say, okay, we need to put in a construction drive. It's going to be 16 feet by 150 feet. Now, if I'm off a little bit, it's okay, because that material for our temporary drive is going to stay on site and be used for another purpose. So we can pace off 16 feet approximately by our 150, spray paint it out, so when the excavator comes or the crew comes, they know where to carve in and lay down their gravel. We do it for a lay down area for materials. We do it just to make sure, hey, the lot says it's 90 feet wide by 110 feet deep. Well, signs get knocked down, people misidentify property, so if we show up and we pace off and all of a sudden we're on a lot that's 120 feet wide, we know quickly something's not right. The lot number is wrong, the map is wrong, but we can use those quick basic checks. The nice thing about pacing is you don't need another person.
Right,
it's hard
right.
to, it's hard to go lay out something that's 150 foot long using a tape or a chain, because you're trying to spool it out behind you and you're pulling it or creating a loop. But it's very easy to go for a walk and go ahead and just calculate your stride, right, or your pace.
So why don't we do that for the kids and show them what your stride is when you cover 50 feet. So what we've done is we've marked 50 foot out on the sidewalk. Mark's going to walk down and count how many paces or steps it takes you to cover the 50 feet. Once we have that, say it's 15 paces, then we'll be able to take that 50 foot divided by the number of paces, and that'll give us the length of our pace.
And would we want to walk our control line if we don't know our pace, and this is the first time I've ever done it, would we want to walk that control line one time?
No, we want to walk it, at a minimum twice, right? But typically what we do is we'll walk that 4 times.
So down, back.
Right, and then we can take an average.
So why would you use an average in construction?
In construction, throughout the entire process, when we take averages, we're getting closer to the exact the exact measurement, dimension, whatever we're looking at. In surveying, it is one way that we minimize error.
Okay.
And error is if we can do something 4 times, it's not going to be the same each of the 4 times. So instead of just picking one that seems reasonable, we can add those together, divide by 4, take the average, which gets us to the closer to exact.
So we've reduced the error each time we've taken that average.
And you'll see this as a consistent theme in surveying is we're always addressing, mechanical error as well as human error.
Understood. All right, well, let's go ahead and walk our line down and back and calculate our pace.
Okay, very good.
We'll go ahead and start down at our 0 and work towards 50.
Where you at?
Now I got to do my math. Scott can do it in his head. I have to calculate it. I was told there'd be no math. So let's make sure we do this right. 50 feet divided by 16 paces. I am 3.125 feet per pace.
I had 20 paces in that same distance.
So if we take 50 feet divided by 20, 2.5. So that's a difference in pace. As long as we know our own pace, we could both go pace opposite sides of the piece of property and still come up with a good number between the two of us, because Scott knows his pace, I know mine. Everybody's is slightly different. That's why you do this. The nice thing is once you've done it, you've committed to the memory. This is something you do for the rest of your career.
Right.
We do it all the time. Jump out of the truck, pace something off, come out of the construction trailer, pace off real quick. You know, we've got a 53-foot semi coming to the site. Do I have 53 foot and then some to park the truck? A quick pace will give you the answer.